strangest feeling in the world.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about my tattoo journey. Alright, I just finished my sleeve. It took about 2 years and lots of money and pain, okay? And I kind of just wanted to talk about my whole experience. I had to travel to Idaho because my tattoo artist is there and I live in Arizona, so it's honestly a lot of work to get tattooed. For me, but I think it was worth it. I really love my tattoos, okay? I guess I'll kind of just go through each piece in like the order I got it, how much it hurt, the pricing, all that stuff, okay? My first piece was this line piece on my forearm, okay? I know people were gonna give me shit for this piece because, you know, lines are kind of basic. Like, I swear every dude has a freaking line tattoo. I didn't know that when I was getting it. Like, I didn't know that was a common tattoo. I was so new to the tattoo world. I just thought lines were like so beautiful and I love the look of the lion tattoos. I was like, I guess I want a lion so bad. So I got one, and then shortly after I found out they were kind of basic. I don't regret it. I still love it, and it does have meaning to me. It's not, yeah, I guess I kind of wish I knew that it was a basic tattoo before, but you know, it is what it is, and I still love it. My artist, he used to charge $500 for 5 hours, which is a good price. His name is Todd Shipley, Todd Toadman Shipley, that's like what he goes by. On Instagram and stuff, if anybody wants to check him out, I feel like I should definitely shout him out because he is an amazing artist and I think he has good prices and he's very talented. Like, he wins awards and all this stuff. So he's in Pocatello, Idaho. He has his own shop now called Rogue Artistry. I love the guy, you know. My lion piece was like 500 bucks. Tipped 100 bucks, so 600 bucks for my lion piece. I would say the lion was like the second most painful. I don't know why. I just remember feeling very uncomfortable. The position I was laying in, I was like laying on my belly like this, and my arm was like kind of elevated weird the whole time, and like my arm would go numb, and like it just sucked. Okay, and then my rose piece, I thought that would be more painful. I would say that was one of the easier sides of my arm, was the inside of my forearm. It took about 6 hours, so it was like 12 hours for my half sleeve to be finished, right? They were the same price, 500, but I ended up tipping 50 that time just because I'm poor. And like, I don't know, he didn't require a tip. Looking back, I should have tipped him more though. And I'll explain what kind of all my tattoos mean at the end, so you guys can kind of understand like what they represent for me and why I love them. The next piece I got was the girl, the owl, and the rose on my arm. Yeah, I have quite a few roses. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 roses on my arm. So those are a recurring theme. This was my third piece. I actually got this done in 2 sessions. The first half up to like the owl, that was all like one session. That was like 6 hours, I think. I think he raised his prices once he started his new shop, which this was my first session in his new shop, and it was like, I think it was like 700 or something like that. And then the next day he did the owl and the rest of the like shoulder area. And I think that was like 300 or something like that. Yeah, altogether, the outside of my upper arm, it cost like $1,000, I guess. And I literally used my entire stimulus check on it. And my partner's tattoo. So yeah, the stimulus went to a good cause. The outside of my upper arm was the easiest. It was like the longest session I had, but it was the easiest. I was so comfortable the whole time, and I was just like on my phone, chilling, talking with him. Like, there was honestly moments where I could not feel it. Like, he would just be like, it just felt like it was vibrating. It did not feel painful at all, which I'm so grateful for because that was my longest session, was this piece. I think the outside of your upper arm is like the easiest spot to get tattooed based off of my experience. Should add, like, after I got my half sleeve done, like, COVID happened, I ended up moving. I moved from Utah to Arizona, so the travel from Arizona to Idaho was longer. And you know, he got a new shop, like all these changes happened. And so I had to wait about 1.5 years, I think, before I got this piece done, my upper arm. So I just had like a half sleeve for like 1.5 years. I think it was 6 months after I got my upper arm done. We scheduled more appointments to go to Idaho, and I got my inner arm done, which is what I got done. It's still healing. You can tell that it is much darker right now than my healed tattoos. And people always ask me that, like, why is it so much darker? Like, shouldn't it like be like matching? It's just because it's fresh. It's a fresh tattoo. The skin is like totally exposed. It looks really dark, but it'll heal, and once there's like a layer of skin over it, it'll match everything else. So yeah, I think this is 4 days old now. It has not started peeling yet, but I can feel it, like it's starting to get kind of like crusty, which is gross, but yeah. You just gotta keep it moisturized and stuff. And yeah, that is my shark piece that I just got, and I gotta say, this was the most painful tattoo I've had so far. I just could not get comfortable. It felt like the opposite of this side of my arm. Like this side of my arm, there was moments where it was sharp pain, but the inside of my arm, it felt like there was just moments of like where it didn't hurt that bad, and the rest of it was just sharp pain. It sucked. It was very uncomfortable. I was laying on my back, which I thought would be comfortable, but it's like when you're going through that much pain and your hand is constantly getting numb, like it really isn't that comfortable. So I kept having to like move my arm and kind of like let blood flow into it again, then like have him start again. I'm like, it was annoying, but he did it in about 6 hours again, and I'm just glad he completely finished. And I love it. I love the shark so much. I think it looks awesome. And yeah, I guess I could talk about like the meaning of all my tattoos. It is kind of personal, but yeah, I do want to kind of share it. Basically, the whole sleeve represents loving myself, and like overcoming hard things in my life. For one, I'm gay. I had to come out of the closet when I was like 18, and that was one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I hated myself for a long time. I was really depressed, suicidal, all that good shit. And I had to leave a toxic religion. I used to be Mormon. I felt like I was disappointing my family, all these crazy things. And so basically the roses just represent loving myself, because for so much of my life, I spent hating myself. And the lion, I honestly just wanted the lion, and then my friend kind of came up with a meaning. He was like, oh, that could mean that you were like brave enough to, you know, live a different lifestyle than like your family believes in, and it's like a bravery symbol type thing. And so I like to, you know, remember that. Like, I am a brave person. I've come a long ways. I've done hard things in my life, and sometimes I forget that. So I like to, like, I see my tattoos and I think, like, I've gone through hard shit, you know, and I can do more hard shit. So that's kind of what that represents. And then the girl represents my feminine side. There's this story that I always tell about when I was younger. I remember me and my brother went to the same elementary school, and he would always be like playing basketball and like all that stuff with like all the guys, and like my gay ass wanted to go fucking jump rope with all the girls. My favorite thing to do at recess was double Dutch jump rope, okay? And I remember my brother went home and told my dad, and my dad got mad at me, and he was like, you can't be doing that gay shit, you can't be jumping roping with the girls. Like, I basically got in trouble for doing something that I enjoyed, which was jump roping, which I guess could be viewed as like, oh, that's gay, you know what I mean? And so, and there was other incidences. That was just like my earliest memory of feeling like I had to hide my feminine side. And so the girl represents my feminine side, and I want to embrace it and just be myself and say fuck everyone else, and yeah, just live my best life, which I think is what I'm doing now. So yeah, and then the owl represents that I'm a night person. I'm such a night owl. I stay up every night playing video games till like 3 in the morning, and it's a problem. I have, you know, my best ideas, and I feel the most like creative at night, and I'm just a night person. So yeah, anyways, and the shark, that represents my fears. Sharks are one of my biggest irrational fears ever since I was a little kid. Like when I saw Jaws, I was just terrified of sharks. And you know, I've gone on like cruises and stuff, and like if you've ever been on a cruise, you know, like at nighttime when you go out on the like deck and you just look into the ocean and it's just like black water and there's just no land. Like that's just like the scariest shit to me. And I would always just imagine if I fell in and like sharks or like whatever is underneath me. I think it's called thalassophobia or something like that, like the fear of like the deep ocean. I have that like hardcore. And yeah, so that represents my fears, but I know that sharks are a very irrational theory. You have like a higher chance of getting struck by lightning than being attacked by a shark or something. And so I kind of wanted to represent like how a lot of my fears are irrational and I can overcome them and stuff like that. There's also like a sunken ship. It's kind of hard to show because it goes around like the inside of like my elbow area. But yeah, he just like threw that in there. It doesn't really have any meaning. It's just kind of cool, I guess. So yeah, great white sharks scare the shit out of me. And yeah, that is my tattoo experience. I do want to get my hand done at some point. I just don't really know exactly what I want. I would like it to be kind of cohesive with my sleeve, but who knows, maybe I'll just say fuck it and get something else. I think in total my tattoos took like 27 hours. I think that's what the math was when I added it all up. It was like at least $2,000. I would say like 2,500 probably for this, and it's worth it, you know? Okay, like every time I tell people that don't have tattoos, like how much my tattoos cost, they're always like blown away. And they don't understand it. Like, what? It's that expensive? And that's actually cheap for what I got. There are people who charge $2,000 for a session, for like a little tattoo, like a little piece, like right here. My friend went to an artist in LA and he charged that much for like a few hour session. It was insane. And it's with you the rest of your life. You know, you're gonna wanna pay good money for shit that's gonna be on you forever. Unless you get it removed professionally, which I don't plan on doing ever. So, anyways, if you guys like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want more tattoo related content, let me know. And yeah, I hope you guys like the video and I will see you guys on the next one.